Hi, everyone. My name is Isabella Boroweic, and I'm the account executive for Kensington Tours for Western Canada. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join me today as I move through a Kensington Tours overview, what's new with us, so some of the new product that we've released over the last year and a half, and the different destinations around the world that we do travel to, and some of the incredible experiences that you can have with us. Just to get started, if you've never heard of Kensington Tours before, or you do need a little bit of a refresher, we are an award-winning luxury tour operator, and we offer tailor-made, one-of-a-kind, private guided experiences to 100+ countries across now 7 continents. So we did just recently add our 7th continent, which is Antarctica, and I'll touch on that in just a little bit. But we really do combine the passion, talent, and some really great leading technology to stand out in the marketplace as a top supplier for crafting these incredible curated private guided journeys. So really, whether you're looking for a culturally immersive experience, if you're looking for some relaxation, unique places to stay, culinary experiences, or even small groups, so whether you're a multi-generational family looking to travel or a group of close friends, chances are we're able to help you. And then regardless of where you want to travel to, with Kensington Tours, we have over 100+ destination experts here to help put together that completely customized itinerary for you. And the really great thing about private guided touring is that it provides that level of in-depth and access to a destination that you may not be able to find if you're traveling in a small group, on a big bus tour, or even if you're on a self-guided tour somewhere in the world. So we really can design that experience to be the absolute best fit for whatever it is that you're looking for. And oftentimes we're able to provide some experiences that maybe you didn't even know were possible to do. So our brand promise here at Kensington Tours really is to create the experience that changes lives. Now, I do want to show you a quick video. I do personally really love this video because it gives you the true essence of what it's like to travel with us.
Why are we so passionate about custom private guided travel? Because travel is about understanding, not just seeing. Travel is about discovering, not just checking things off a list. Travel is about connecting, not just passing through. At Kensington Tours, we believe travel is about crafting one-of-a-kind experiences that are personalised just for you. Travel that takes you to amazing places and moments that aren't in any guidebook. Travel where your exceptional accommodations are always carefully and thoroughly vetted. Travel that ensures that you're always with a local guide who works with you one-on-one. Because when you're part of a herd, you don't have enough space to discover the world for yourself. Custom Private Guided Travel by Kensington Tours. See the world differently.
So now I just wanted to take just a quick few minutes just to go over some of the 4 pillars that have really driven our business since 2006, since we began. And the reason these are really important to us is because these are the things that really have us stand out in the marketplace. So when you ask yourself, why should I travel with Kensington Tours? Or what really has us stand apart? It's these 4 things that are really going to make that difference. So the first there is our personalized journeys. So the itineraries that we create are designed specifically and uniquely for you alone. So you'll go to your travel advisor with a general idea as to what it is that you're looking for. And then together with them, our destination experts will actually help put together a trip that fits every single one of your needs and wants. So whether you're a family traveling, we just really recently had a really great inquiry and booking, with a grandmother who decided she wanted to take her grandchildren up to Winston Churchill to see the polar bears. Or perhaps your honeymooners, maybe, you have your, dream wedding coming up and you're looking for something with a little bit more relaxation. So something from our resort collection might fit really well with that. Or perhaps you're an adventure traveler and you like to get off the beaten path a little bit. Maybe you want to, cycle across Italy, or perhaps you love to mountain climb and, you hear Kilimanjaro or Everest Base Camp calling your name. We really can tailor that experience for you from beginning to end. And then when you travel on a personalized journey, there are really no fixed dates. Everything really is according to when you would like to travel. So you'll escape those big tour bus crowds and explore the destinations really on your own terms with our local guides. We're finding this is a really great feature, especially now getting back into travel during and after COVID time. So it really offers you that freedom of flexibility to do what it is that you'd like to do. And this really means that we can adjust your plans on the fly and at your own pace. So it really is your trip to do with whatever makes you happiest. We'll create this incredible itinerary for you before your date of departure, but that itinerary isn't necessarily locked in stone. So if you're traveling to your destination and your guide maybe mentions, a brand new vineyard that you didn't even know existed, chances are we'll be able to adapt that itinerary for you in destination. Your local guide will be able to take you to that new vineyard. Next, number 2 there, we have our expert planning. So the destination experts that we have truly are experts in the regions that they're creating these itineraries for you in. So they were born, have lived in, or extensively traveled to the countries and regions that you are inquiring about. And they travel back on a regular basis to visit the hotels, meet with the guides, and really vet the experiences that they're recommending to your advisor for your travel itinerary. And then when we mention we have 100 plus, it really is because we have so much incredible product all over the world. And we really want our destination experts to be able to focus on 1 or 2 specific regions and know those regions inside and out and be able to bring you not just the best hotels or accommodations, not the typical tourist attractions that you may be able to read in a guidebook, but these destination experts really know those destinations in those regions inside and out. And they're going to be able to bring that extra experience that they've had on their own to make sure that your experience really is the best that it can be. And then number 3 there, so after our destination experts put together that amazing itinerary for you, our local guides take over when you reach your destination. So Kensington Tours really is one of the pioneers of that private guided experience. And private guided is the central focus of our business. And so we really want to work with those top local guides in every single region to make sure that your experience, once you leave for your experience or your trip, is the absolute best that they can be. So our guides can truly enhance your experience, and we want to make sure that we're getting to know you, in this planning process to make sure that we pair up the perfect guide for you once you reach your destination. So, depending on, what the general theme of your tour may be. So if you're, a foodie and a wine lover and you're traveling to Spain or Italy, perhaps your local guide will be a professional sommelier or a professional chef in that region to be able to just bring that extra experience to your travels. And then all of our guides are vetted and trained under the same exacting standards worldwide. So that means that if you travel with us on a regular basis, but to destinations on opposite sides of the earth, regardless of where you are going, the level of service from our guides will be the same. And that's always going to be in line with the North American luxury traveler. And I think one of the most important things about our guides, like I mentioned previously, is that they're all locals and experts in their field. So you'll never find someone that we've just sort of hired and given a script to memorize. They're all going to know these destinations like the back of their hands because they're all from there. And oftentimes, they know other locals and they know these amazing, restaurant owners or owners of different boutiques and that sort of thing. So if you mention that this is something that you're interested in, in passing while you're on your tour, this is something that they'll be able to help you out with. And a really great benefit too, and I love to tell this story over and over, is that your guide is your guide from start to finish. So even if throughout your itinerary you decide that maybe there's a day or 2 or maybe 3 that you don't necessarily need that private guided element, maybe you like to spend some time just lounging by the pool at your hotel, or maybe you wanted to go off and explore on your own, that's fine. But if you find yourself out for dinner late one night, you'll always have the contact information of your driver and of your guide. So if you do need them to come pick you up after a day or after a dinner of exploration, that's something that they'll be able to do for you as well. And I mentioned earlier as well that we are able to adapt that itinerary for you in destination. So I love to use this example because this has personally happened to me. I was traveling through India a couple of years ago and we were set to see the Taj Mahal in Agra during sunrise. But the night before, we had been out for dinner, we had had a couple of bottles of wine. Before you know it, sunrise is set to come, only a couple of hours away. The great thing about private guided is if that was to happen to you, if that was the only thing you had planned on your itinerary that day, you can speak to your guide and perhaps go and see the sunset at the Taj Mahal instead of the sunrise. So with the private guided element, like I mentioned, it is a really great feature that you're able to adapt the itinerary sort of as you go. And then last but not least, we have our 24/7 support. So we really offer this for your peace of mind. So not only is the destination expert and your travel advisor, checking in to make sure that the tour is going well from start to finish. They're calling the guide, they're calling your driver just to make sure that, the itinerary is going as planned. If anything needs to be changed in destination, they're there to help with that process straight away. As soon as you land in your destination, we also have our local ground team that's there to meet you at the airport with your private transfers to your hotel. So this is really fantastic. If you've traveled to a country before where maybe English isn't the first language, it can be quite intimidating, especially if you have to try and find your own way to the resort or the hotel that you're staying at. So this is just a really great way for us to be able to help you feel a little bit more comfortable in destination and to really enhance your experience from the moment that you step on the ground. And then I just wanted to take a little bit of time just to sort of go through all of the destinations around the world that we do travel to. Earlier, I had mentioned that we travel to over 100 countries on 7 continents, and these regions cover Asia, Africa, and this is where Kensington Tours started. So we really have deep roots there. And personally, this is one of my absolute favorite continents to travel to. If you've been before, you really understand the magic that you feel as soon as your feet hit the ground there. And if you haven't traveled to Africa before, I strongly encourage you to do so. It really is a feast for the senses. We do have Egypt in the Middle East, Australia and the Pacific, Latin America and Europe. And as I mentioned, on September 30th this year, so just a couple of days ago, we did officially have our launch for our Voyages by Kensington Tours, which includes our new Antarctica product. So I will touch on that in just a moment. I do want to take a little bit of a deeper dive into some of the destinations that we do go to and give you a couple of examples of things that we can do for you in those different places. So we have Asia here. So, as I mentioned, Asia really is that feast for the senses. So, what does this mean? When you get there, it can be a little bit overwhelming. And if you've been before, you know exactly what I mean. This includes a combination of the smells, the sights, the food. It really can be a lot. So having a private trip there, you really don't have to worry too much about where to go and what to see. Kensington Tours can really take care of absolutely everything for you there. So in Asia alone, we do cover 23 countries, and the experiences that we include are things like arranging for dinner reservations at one of the 17 Michelin star restaurants in Thailand. The Japanese ryokan experience is a must-do if you are traveling to Japan. These elegant traditional inns often feature those private onsen, which is the hot spring baths, which is an incredible experience there. And then, like I mentioned, you're really going to get to see that incredible architecture like the Taj Mahal, while traveling through the Golden Triangle in India. So some really incredible experiences that you may not necessarily get traveling through North America or even Europe. And then we have Australia and the Pacific. So here we do include Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, Bora Bora, and Tahiti. And we've expanded our Australian New Zealand programs. And here we really wanted to capitalize on active family and culinary experiences in this destination that's becoming more and more popular. So obviously right now with COVID, Australia and the Pacific still has their borders closed. This is something that we're really hoping opens up quite soon because, as North Americans, we haven't really had a chance to travel there in quite some time, but really an incredible destination if you've never been before. And then we have Africa. So as I mentioned, this is where Kensington Tours, we started, running our tours back in 2006. And here you'll see a little bit more with us because we are private guided. So when you're doing the animal safaris, we really can spend as much time tracking the animals as you would like. And then oftentimes, again, because we are private guided, we can change the itinerary if you'd like to spend a little bit more time in one place. So if you do have, a national park that you prefer, just speak to your guide, and that's something that we can adapt to the itinerary for, is spending an extra day or an extra 2 days in that one specific place to be able to see a few more of the animals there. So as I mentioned, some of the incredible experiences that you can have in Africa, it has a little bit of everything for everybody. So we do have the safaris, so many really different, incredible options around here. So in Rwanda and Uganda, we have the gorillas, the great wildebeest migration in Kenya, elephant safaris in Botswana. You can see the Big Five in the Ngorongoro crater, which is an incredible experience, something that I got to do a couple of years ago. Along with those safaris where you're sitting in the private vehicles and, trudging along throughout the day, there are some really incredible active safari options as well. So through the Okavango Delta in Botswana, you can do a boat safari. And then over the Serengeti, which again is one of those once in a lifetime experiences, we do offer those hot air ballooning rides as well. To see the animals. So it really is something else to be in that hot air balloon and, sort of gliding over the Serengeti, being able to see, the great wildebeest migration as an example. Definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity. Then we have some culinary experiences that you can have as well. So everything from 5-star dining in Cape Town to shopping for ingredients at local markets can be done, with many more ideas. So if you are somebody who absolutely loves that culinary experience, and you have questions about what you might be able to do there, definitely speak to your travel advisor. They'll be able to sort of help pinpoint the perfect thing for you. And then some other really incredible experiences that you can have throughout Africa. There's so many incredible, beautiful natural sites like Victoria Falls, different wine tours through South Africa, that trekking for those more adventurous clients, which I mentioned earlier. So you have Africa's tallest mountain, which is Kilimanjaro, which is located in Tanzania. And then after you're done trekking, you can head over to Zanzibar, which is right by the ocean, just for a little bit of that beach relaxation. So really something for everybody on this continent. And again, if you can't tell already, it's one of my absolute favorite places to travel to. Then we have Latin America. So we have 14 countries that you can travel to across Central and South America. With this destination here, we actually see quite a few multi-country itineraries. So, perhaps pairing up Ecuador and Peru. So Ecuador, of course, with the Galapagos, and then Peru with Machu Picchu. So either doing the trek there or the train up to see it. So some really great options for those multi-countries. And again, a really great range of options here. So very similarly to Africa, you have those active Machu Picchu tours, to culinary and wine in Argentina, which is incredible too. So again, if you're a foodie, this is a great place to travel. And again, to the wildlife adventures in Galapagos as well. So again, a really fantastic option. Then we have Egypt in the Middle East. So 5 countries are included here. So that's Egypt, Israel, Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, and Oman. So the emphasis on these tours really is on that archaeological and, growing portfolio of religious themed experiences in the Holy Land. So if this is something that's on your bucket list, I highly recommend. Egypt is actually one, along with Africa, currently is one of our most popular quoted and booked destinations, especially with the opening of the new Egyptian Museum in Cairo, which looks absolutely phenomenal. I traveled to Egypt a couple years ago and was able to see the outside facade as they were building it. But to be honest, I cannot wait to get back there to be able to see the new Egyptian Museum. And I will tell you, Egyptian history is absolutely fascinating, but to be standing in front of the pyramids and to be peering up and actually seeing, the history and having that unfold in front of your eyes, with your local guide who may be an archaeologist or an Egyptologist, there really is nothing else like that in the world, and no other place like Egypt really in the world either. So then we have Europe. So this is one of the last regions here. So Europe is our largest region with 40 plus countries. And here we really have that emphasis on authentic local experience, behind the scenes access, and really incredible boutique properties. Some of the incredible experiences that you could have in Europe. So Rome more specifically is private cooking classes with world-class chefs. What's really cool about this is, the chefs can take you out into the marketplace to really search for the best ingredients. So how do you know an ingredient is the best that it can be for the meal that you're about to cook? So they'll teach you how to knock on the tomatoes to see if it's just ripe enough to use, or how to smell the basil to see, if it's ready to be put into the sauces for the pastas or the pizzas. And then they'll take you back, whether it's their own restaurant or the hotel, to make a meal with the ingredients that you just picked up. So that really authentic Italian culinary experience. Perhaps in Spain, you'd like to make and bottle your own wine with personal labels. We like to call this a winemaker for the day experience, which is really great. In France, again, visiting a few different wineries. So we do have a winery there. It's called Saint Estephan. The winery is actually typically close to visitors, but will be open especially for our VIP guests. So our local guides will be able to take you to this winery that most of the general public can't go into, for you to really be able to taste and experience the wines there. In Greece, of course, we have sailing, through the Greek islands, which is, a really incredible experience. And then through Russia, in St. Petersburg, more specifically, private tours through the Hermitage, which is also one of the most incredible museums that I have ever visited as well. And then I just wanted to quickly go into some of the new product that Kensington Tours has released over the last year and a half. So, we have our general tours, they're all tailor-made, private guided, but if you did want to streamline your experience a little bit more and get into more of a, a theme type product line, some of these options might be great for you. So the first one there is our Yachts by Kensington Tours. So this is something that we've actually seen really great success with, especially over the last year and a half with COVID, because it is a private boating experience. Here, this really is a division of our company that's entirely dedicated to private yacht charters. And our goal with this product really is to deliver the most thoughtful and sophisticated yachting experience. And we want to do that for you both on land and sea. So the clients that we are seeing booking this product mostly are multi-generational families, groups of friends and couples, and even some corporate trips. So if you are somebody in the corporate world who sort of wants to get outside of that typical, hotel conference room, this might be a really great idea to take a look at. And what's really great about this product as well is that we offer an all-inclusive product for this. So the price that your travel advisor, your travel agent will give you will actually be all-inclusive with all of your staff fees, all of the meals on board, all of your beverages, all of your shore excursions as well. So, and pre and post accommodation. So everything's taken care of. We have access to over 1,500 yachts worldwide, and they really range anywhere from motor to sailing yachts, catamarans, expedition vessels. So really, wherever it is that you're looking to go, chances are we'll be able to put something together for you there. And just some examples of some of the yachts that we do use around the world. So on the left-hand side there, this is Lion's Share. So this is Kensington Tours' own yacht. That's what a typical day anchored out at sea may look like. And on the right-hand side here, we do have what a typical day in port may look like. So it's really great as soon as your yacht goes into port, your private guide will be waiting for you on deck to be able to sort of whisk you away for a day of touring, or perhaps show you, around the local port as well. So again, this experience really is yours to design and, decide what it is that you'd like to do to make it the perfect one. Then on the top there, we do have different examples of what meals may look like on board. So every yacht will come with a personal chef. The bottom left-hand side there is a personal beach picnic that you may decide to do one day. And again, on the bottom right-hand side is, what a typical day may look like anchored at sea. So even though these vessels are quite a bit smaller than typical ocean cruise ships, I promise you, you will never run out of things to do on board. Another really great product that we've recently launched is our resort collection. So this product launched in September of 2020, and it really is that ultimate choice for a more refined and personal resort experience for yourself. So this collection is going to combine some of the world's most exquisite destinations with those amazing once-in-a-lifetime experiences and white glove amenities. And this really is going to begin the moment that you arrive in destination. So if you're looking to get away to either the Caribbean, Mexico, the Mediterranean, the South Pacific, we've also just added the Maldives, Mauritius, and Seychelles in the Indian Ocean, but you're really looking for that elevated resort experience. And maybe you want to get off the property a little bit and experience some local culture with a private guide, then this really is going to be the best option for you. One of the newest products that we did recently launch in November of 2020, and is something that I am personally very excited about, and something that we've seen, a lot of really great excitement from, our clients for, is our exclusive partnership with Ancestry, providing personal heritage journeys to you. So as you know, Ancestry is the industry leader in family history, and their progenealogist division is the home of the genealogical experts who work with your travel advisor or agent and our destination experts to really be able to create incredible, detailed itineraries in the destinations that your family history come from. So it is really a great option if you've been thinking about, diving into your roots a little bit deeper, and then perhaps going to visit and walk in the steps of your ancestors, then this is a really great option for you. And then along with your local guide in destination, you actually also have the opportunity to bring that progenealogist who's worked on your family roots and your family history. So, whether they've been working on it for a month or 2 months or 3 months after this, experience in this process, they're really going to get to know your family on a deeper level. So to be able to have that opportunity to bring them along on your tour is a really fantastic feature that we have available for you as well. And then our most recent product, as I mentioned, this just launched on September 30th, or officially launched on September 30th, is our Polar Voyages with Kensington Tours. So what's really fantastic about this product is we are now traveling to both Antarctica and the Arctic, and we are doing something that we've never done before, and that's pair up with different luxury and premium cruise lines around the world to bring you that ultimate experience both on land and sea. So along with the Arctic and Polar Voyages, we've also just announced that we will now be doing river cruising throughout Europe as well. So some really fantastic options here if you're somebody who, really loves, being on that river cruise or on those smaller ship experiences. We really can help bring that entire experience together for you. So if you are interested, please speak to your travel advisor, and then they'll be able to connect with us to put together that incredible experience. I do have one last video to show everybody. So this is our newest video that was just released, and it really encompasses that entire Voyages by Kensington Tours experience. Excellent. So I did just want to quickly go through the different brochures that we do have available. So you can definitely reach out to your Expedia travel advisor to be able to send you a link or potentially a physical copy of any of these. So if you do have your phone handy as well, if you hold it up to the QR code on the screen there, so you can just swipe to your camera, hold it up, you don't have to push anything. Our 2021 inspiration book will pop up on your phone there. So that's our first brochure there. Then number 2, we do have our national parks brochure. Our 3rd is our yachting brochure. Our 4th is our resort collection. Then number 5 is our personal heritage journey. And number 6 is that voyages brochure. This was actually just released, as I mentioned, a couple of days ago. So you will probably be the first ones to see it if you are interested in getting that in your hands. And the last thing that I did quickly just want to touch on before I wrap up the presentation today, I know, we've had quite a few questions, especially surrounding, what travel looks like getting back now during these COVID times. So, every country is operating differently in terms of the types of restrictions that it has for people to begin traveling there. So we've done a couple things in place to ensure that, we're ready for that and to make sure that our clients are as safe as possible in destination. So the first thing that we're offering with that is our in-destination PCR testing, and that's completely managed for you. So included in your itinerary is going to be all of the in-destination COVID-19 testing for you. So as you know, to return back into Canada now as a Canadian traveler, you will need a negative COVID PCR test taken within 72 hours of arriving back into the country. So we will make sure that that is completely arranged for you. So you don't have to worry about that in destination. And then where we can, we will include the cost of that trip, excuse me, in the itinerary, as well as make sure that either the doctor comes to you in destination or we get you to where the test needs to be taken. We also have a really great tool available for your travel advisors. So if you do have questions about specific countries, please reach out to them. They will be able to sort of help lock down the best place for you to travel to currently. We do update it very often. And as I mentioned, our destination experts truly are experts in the regions that they're creating these itineraries for you in. So they're going to know the best places from start to finish, depending on the type of experience that you'd like to have, but also where in the world can you travel to currently. And then last but not least, the World Travel and Tourism Council has now given Kensington Tours the Safe Travel Stamp of Approval. So essentially, this is a globally recognized distinction for our implementation of our health and hygiene standards around the world. So these are fully aligned with the World Travel and Tourism Council's safe travel protocols. And up on the screen on the right-hand side there, you can see some of the things that we've done and the protocols that we've put into place to make sure that you as our guest is fully protected in destination. So again, if you have any further questions about this or you are still a little bit concerned about traveling, please reach out to your Expedia travel advisor and they will be able to reach out to us just to help clarify and answer any further questions that you may have. And that is everything from me today. Again, my name is Isabella and I am with Kensington Tours. I just want to say thank you again, everybody, for joining me today. It really was a pleasure to be able to spend a little bit of time with you to chat with you a little bit about who Kensington Tours is, the really incredible benefits of that private guided, tailor-made element that you can experience with us, anywhere around the world, and some of those incredible experiences that you can have traveling with us. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free again to reach out to your Expedia travel advisor, and they would be more than happy to help you out with that. I hope everybody has a really great rest of your day, and I look forward to the time when you can travel with us in the future.